game of odds. Do I want to wait 6 months for this one, or do I want to just wait a week or a day for this one?
You guys are lazy.
No, but it's women and
you're
men.
Drinking too much soy.
It's women and men. They feel they have endless options, and so they don't put in the time to really develop a real relationship. If you were like, when Lauren and I were dating, I'm like, okay, I have to make this work because I really like this person and I don't have 30 other options.
So if you had 30 other options, you would be trying to make that work?
I only had like 25 other options at the time. but the point is that I think, and technology is not the fault, it's just the application, right? Like people now are maybe not as willing to do as much courting as they used to because they have so many instant gratification options, to the point which is porn as well is terrible because it's instant gratification.
Yeah, I think that a lot of men and women are lacking purpose. And I think that affects your drive in all aspects of life. And that's a scary thing, I think.
I think a lot of men are just at home beating their meat instead of eating their meat, and they should really cut the soy and eat the meat.
Eat your meat and not beat it. That is the title.
Yeah, but I think we live in a time now where there's instant gratification and listen, fast food, Postmates, porn, dating, all of these things. When you give people instant gratification with little effort and little work, you're going to create problems because people feel like they just have endless options and they don't have to put in effort and everything should be easy. And it's just like, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. You are the top health and wellness podcast on the conservative right, marketed towards young conservative women. That's crazy. What are you changing with your transition and your evolution? Like, what are the changes?
Let's give credit where credit is due. It was not the conservative right who was drinking raw milk first. I think it's very ironic that you and I are completely maligned in the mainstream media for doing things like drinking raw milk. Guess where the raw milk capital is? Freaking Los Angeles. Is Los Angeles a red city? No. So miss me with that because that's insane. No, they were the first ones. They were the first. Liberal celebrities were the first that were not vaccinating their children. This was not a right-wing thing. They've completely changed it. When we finally got on board and said, like, oh my gosh, you know what? You guys were right on this. You were right. There's chemicals in our environment. There's chemicals in our food. We don't want this poison anymore for ourselves or our children. All of a sudden, they were like, oh, this sounds like right-wing conspiracy. What?
But this is my problem with politics is the left also used to be the platform of free speech and they were anti-war, right? And a lot of them were anti-vax, to your point. I remember Jim Carrey and Jenny McCarthy would go.
This election is pro-war, pro-chemicals in your food versus no war, no chemicals in your food. Vote accordingly. I mean, that's just the truth. So you have the Democrat Party today is completely different. And also, to be fair, the Republican Party today is completely different. You can assign that to Donald Trump. So there's some establishment conservatives that love that and some people that hate it. But you're looking at, you can't think of like, okay, based on 20 years ago who I voted for, now who am I going to vote for this year? It is a completely different game, So what you really need to think of is not which party this, which party that. It's what are my values? What are the things that affect me and my family on a day-to-day basis, and which side is going to deliver accordingly. And then you got to make that decision.
Yes, that I for sure agree. This is what I'm trying to say is the problem with identity politics and labeling people this way is you get certain people that, to your point, like, wait, I used to like raw milk and no, I'm not for vax. But now because it has become a party issue, they will only vote along party lines.
I don't give a shit what party about any party. I'm drinking my raw milk and I am drinking it every day in my coffee because it's absolutely delicious and it's full of vitamins and
I'm going to ruin your life. Is your coffee hot or cold?
It's, well, okay, hear me out. I let my coffee, Michael makes it at 7 and I let it sit until 9:30. So it's
warm.
It's room temperature because I heard you can't pour the raw milk in the hot coffee.
Yeah. So I just interviewed a raw milk farmer and that is what he told me. And it like blew my mind. He said, if you are putting your raw milk in hot coffee, you are pasteurizing it. So then you're losing this benefit.
I don't do that. I sometimes let my coffee sit until 11.
Okay.
And now that you just said
I put raw milk in my protein smoothies.
Yeah, I do cold. I only do I do an iced chai tea latte every morning with raw milk. That's my drink. I don't even drink coffee.
I thought you were going to say iced crack latte with how much energy you have. I'm like, you need to give me some of your energy. If you're drinking raw milk.
Well, I'm honored. No,
it's an amazing quality. Like the energy that you have is like, so it's like, I'm like, what are you drinking? What's in your water?
Well,
not fluoride.
I have an inside joke with my audience. When I get on my rants and I'm going crazy, we call that lobotomy hour. It's time to lobotomize me. I need to be stopped. Like, we're dealing with a sick culture. Let's start with me. I'm unhinged. unhinged. I'm unwell.
No, but listen,
you know what?
we admire and love what you're doing because we admire anyone that's unapologetically themselves.
I love
and
it.
speaking their truth and speaking to an audience that cares about their truth, right? And I think that like so many, listen, again, putting the media hat on, I see so many people that kind of try to like, oh, like how do I appease everybody? And like nobody pays attention to those people. They just don't. And then, guys like me have to come and say, that's the reason you cut a show. You cut a show when it's getting no listens and no ratings. You don't cut a show when it's getting attention.
That's what I was going to say. So the most successful people in media are the ones, in my opinion, that I either love them or hate them. If you have a talent who's like, they're okay, that show is going to bomb.
Boring.
Yeah.
Also, I will say if I disagreed with every single thing that you just said, I would still want you on the show.
So listen to this. We did a survey of like 275,000 listeners when I was doing morning radio, and you asked them detailed things like, what do you think about this host? What do you think about this host? What bits do you like or not like that they're doing on the show? So you just know how to improve. The people that they said, I hate this show. I hate Alex Clark. The people that said they hated me listened longer, almost double the amount of